My name is Michelle McGurl, and I'll discuss some of the key parts of the F99 K00 application that differ significantly from other fellowship applications. First, let's review the letter of intent, which is not the same as the nomination letter. The purpose of the letter of intent is to help anticipate and manage the review panel. NIH policy is that letters of intent are non-binding, but they are very helpful to the NIH in planning for review, and we encourage you to submit one. Letters of intent typically indicate who will be submitting, the title of the application, and the number of the funding opportunity announcement. But this year, the timeline for submitting the F99 K00 applications are quite compressed, and so we understand that it might not be possible to have selected a nominee by January 19th. So for this year only, it is okay to have the letter of intent state only that the institution intends to nominate someone and to submit an application, without naming the person or giving a title. Please have the grants official indicate this in an email to me by January 19th. However, if you do know the identity of the nominee by January 19th, please send the information requested in the RFA, which is also listed here on this slide. In future years, when the RFA is released well in advance of the due date, the letter of intent should include the information requested in the RFA, that is the nominee name, the primary sponsor's name, and the application title. The F99 uses the same SF424 R&R fellowship application package that is used for other fellowships, including the F31 NRSA predoctoral fellowship. But there are several unique aspects of the F99 application compared with the F31 mechanism, and so there are some special instructions that need to be followed. Here are some key differences to note. A nomination letter is required and must be included as part of the application. It should be uploaded under Other Project Information. This is the same place as the additional educational information is uploaded, which is found under Section 9.4.3 of the Application Guide. You should be using the updated November guide. I'll add some more detail about the nomination letter on the next slide. Foreign students may apply to the F99 program. The application will require the institution to provide evidence of a valid visa and assurance that there are no known obstacles to the nominee remaining in the U.S. long enough to complete the award. The assurance letter and a copy of the visa should be uploaded under Other Project Information as well. Another difference in the instructions is that you should not include the doctoral dissertation and research experience that is required for the F31 application. The specific aims and research strategy sections of the F99 do not use the typical research grant format, and I will elaborate on this in a few minutes. Let's talk about the nomination letter in a bit more detail. The letter should name the nominee and the primary sponsor and confirm the nominee's eligibility. That is, the nominee is in the 3rd or 4th year of a PhD program in an appropriate biomedically related field. The letter should also describe the applicant's potential and desire for a career goal of becoming an independent investigator in a cancer field. It should describe the institutional commitment to helping the applicant achieve those goals. The letter should be written by an academic administrator, the head of the graduate program or graduate school. It should be signed by this person and by the grants official. Having signatures from both an academic administrator and a grants official will help to enforce the one nomination per institution policy. We realize that not one size fits all. Please contact me to discuss any specific situation regarding the eligibility of a potential nominee. Also, graduate research programs are porous, and many excellent programs involve more than one institution. The application should be submitted by the one that will award the PhD degree. And remember, one nomination is allowed per institution as defined as having a unique DUNS number. If there are questions about a specific situation, please contact me so that I may advise you. Now let's talk about the specific aims. The application covers both phases of the award, so the research plan needs to cover both the dissertation research project and the plans for the postdoc phase. For several reasons, we ask that all applications use these three specific aims. Aim 1, the dissertation research project. Goal, rationale, hypotheses, and progress thus far. Aim 2, the dissertation research project. Work to be completed. Aim 3, the postdoctoral research direction. I'll elaborate on the format for these in the next slide. This format ensures that the applicants will address both phases and will avoid any potential overlap problems for F31 applicants and awardees who are applying also for the F99. Most importantly, we believe these aims will help reviewers to focus on the potential of F99 applicants. Now let's talk about the research strategy. The research strategy for the F99 is a departure from the traditional research grant format of hypothesis, experiment, interpretation. We encourage applicants to take a holistic viewpoint and to relate each of the aims to the career goals. Applicants should also carefully consider the review criteria prior to writing. Aim 1, the dissertation research project. Goal, rationale, hypotheses, and progress thus far. In narrative style, describe the overall goal, rationale, hypotheses, and approaches of the dissertation research project. Describe progress made thus far. Highlight the skills and techniques that contribute to the long-term career goal. Aim 2, the dissertation research project. Work to be completed. This is the aim that will get the most scientific scrutiny by reviewers, so incorporating some of the traditional format, that is, hypothesis, experiment, interpretation, would be advisable in this aim. So you should provide a detailed description of the research to be completed in the F99 phase, including experimental design, anticipated results, and potential follow-up studies. Highlight new skills to be learned. Aim 3, the postdoctoral research direction. Aim 3 should be written as a narrative, since it is too early to describe specific experiments for the K00 postdoctoral phase. Applicants should not identify a specific postdoctoral mentor. So for Aim 3, you should describe, again using a narrative style, the research direction for the K00 phase, including technical and career development skills to be acquired, as well as a plan for identifying a postdoctoral mentor. F99 awardees will submit a transition application using the K application package and the instructions provided in this RFA. This transition application will include traditional specific aims and research strategy for the postdoctoral project. Evaluation of the transition application by NCI will focus on its relevance to NCI's mission, so the postdoctoral research plan should be cancer-focused. If you have any questions about the F99 K00 program, please contact me, and thank you for participating in this webinar.